So we're back. We fixed all the rigging issue, the renaming issues and all that stuff. So we have the Iris now as Iris and I as this and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm recording still. Yes, all of the world can now hear what Jamaicans sound like. No, it's too late for that. I have to do over videos 1 through the third one now. All right, so here we are. We're back again for the very first time. Let's go back to the schematic view. So what we want to do is just fix up a few things, like how we've arranged everything. So we're just gonna hover over the schematic, stage schematic, and hit the tilde button, and you're gonna see everything. So what we want to do is create something called a pegbar. That pegbar allows me to create example, kind of like a null object or an empty object, where I can use that empty object to control stuff. So rather than everything being dependent on being on the table, I can have the pegbar. So I'm going to create a new pegbar and just rename that and call it wolf. Wolf underscore P. P for peg. And then what I can do is connect the head here. So the shirt is connected to this. The arm is connected to what? It's not connected to anything actually. So this should actually be connected to the shirt though. I said the shirt. Yes, there we go. What else? This ear is supposed to be connected to the head. So I'm fixing these again. Arm to shirt, tail to shirt, leg to shirt, and leg to shirt. There we go. Well, ear needs to go to head, and hand needs to go to, well, the shirt. So everything's there. Where's the hand? Hand. Yes, we do. So arm 2. Whoops. The hand 2 needs to go to arm 2. And now we're good. Let's organize that again. So it looks like this, right? And if you feel like making it more, ordered how you want it, so I have wolf P. So rather than have the shirt be dependent on the table, I can go like this, connect this to this. So when I move wolf P, everything else moves. So let's look at that. So this is my little, so I have to go to this view here. And I have my peg bar here. My peg bar needs to have its pivot. And I'm going to put my pivot. Where should I put my pivot? Not position, but pivot. I put my center down here. You know why here though? If I decide I want to scale the character down or shrink him, then he scales down to there. And then I can, instead of, if I have multiple characters now, they're all controlled through this thing, rather than me going through the table directly. Right, so it's a nice way of just organizing these things. And of course it comes down here as well. So you have wolf underscore P, you can always control it. Right, positioning wise, it's there. So the table is like, the table is actually the canvas, yeah. So rather than having it directly connected to the table, the canvas, then we can just have it like that. Now you can always turn your own cameras too. So if you want to play with creating cameras, because cameras don't necessarily need to be connected to the table per se, right? Cool. And that's my camera. See my camera here? I can move my camera anywhere I want. If I want the character to move left or right, the camera is just there. It's just, you play with the camera, essentially you get the whole stage to move. Nice. Very nice. Alright, let's play with the scale. So this scale, what? Did I what? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's scale this back up. Alright, so if you look at my character now, I actually pulled out the drawings to that much. Yes. It's still connected, yes. So I have, so here's the thing. So although yeah. Focus, focus, focus. That's right, world. Jamaican students are very hard to deal with. One of them is crying, one of them is laughing, one of them is drinking water, and they're all yelling. One of them is actually turning red right now. I think one of them is rolling off the chair laughing. What? Wolfie. Wolf. Oh, Wolf P. Here's Peg. Peg. I'm using the peg to control the whole character. Duh. I'm pro. Alright, let's continue. Okay. Yes. Yes. Recording. Go. Alright, let's wrap this up. So here's how we do stuff now. Let's say you want to do, for example, talking. I remember for talking we have what we call visemes and phonemes. Visemes is how it looks and phonemes is how it sounds. And with that we can always look up for a viseme chart. A viseme. Yes, actually it is. In a row today. Miss both of them. So viseme, or we can look for mouth chart. Right, so we have different mouth charts. Now these aren't mouth positions per se. For example, this is not when a person says A or B. This is we're using two boom harmony, and they have something called A B C D E F G X. Yeah, that they have a mouth like they pick up the audio and just place the mouth position there, so it kind of lessens the workload. But you still have to fix it because it doesn't get always right all the time. But if we look at something like this funny mouth chart, right? So we can see what the mouth would look like. Now, depending on the character you have, if your character style isn't looking like this mouth, obviously you probably need to draw a different mouth that fits the character style. Well, I don't think so, but the font is definitely Disney, right? So for me, because my character looks more like Gumball, I'd kind of have to watch Gumball and see how they actually do the mouth for me to get the mouth to look like their character, right? Because then if I do it like, you know, you have a mouth like this person and suddenly it turns into this, you'd be like, what universe is this cartoon from? So the cool thing about it is that for these, notice for your drawings, you normally have example. The name of this one is called, for the arm, is T, and that's 1. So, for example, let's say I decide that, what if I don't want my character to look like this? Maybe I want to change something. Maybe I want it to blink, right? I actually have a drawing substitution for the mouth and the eyebrows. So my eyebrow actually has an eyebrow shaped like this, and I have one for no eyebrows, right? I'm going to show you how I did that. Okay. Hello, Jade. How are you? Now go. I'm recording. Derek, I left my thing. You have to. I think not so. This is one blink. Let me look on a Gumball episode to see if I can find another facial expression of some sort. You know, they always have different kind of facial expressions. So if I look on a chart for Gumball, the amazing world of Gumball. Chart. Oh, these are horrible. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, no. So here we have different expressions. For example, eyes like these. let's say I want to change the character expression, like this, like shock. So I could actually do some different eyebrows, right? So example, if I want to do a different eyebrow, for example, the eyes look like this. I want to do an iris. I already have an iris that's blank. So if I decide that, hey, I'm gonna do a number 2, you heard me. Each, remember, each layer actually has a letter beside it. Yeah. So that's one.
What's the numbers for?
The numbers tell you, so for each layer, for example, for H1, right? H1 is just the first drawing. Example, for the eyebrows, this is H1, 2, 3. This is I, sorry, I. So you can actually change the drawing. Mhm. Let's insert a new drawing, for example, for our eye. So I have one already. We have two. Two looks like a blink. And because I have a 2 for this one, if he's blinking, I don't want to see this. Correct? Correct. So for the iris, which is this one, level 1, is drawing. So like you have drawing 1, drawing 2 will be a different drawing of the same layer. Drawing 3, drawing 4. And you can always just flip through those for your character. So if you have a character and his hand is like this, you can change your hand to this, you change your hand to this, you change your hand to this, right? And then you just have different drawings for those positions. That's if you're going to go straight into detailing your character and all that stuff. And it actually is cool because once you have this stuff set up, you have the character forever. You don't need to be like, oh no, I need to rig the character all over again to another episode of something. No. You have the character there, you rig it one time, you're done. No need to be like, oh no, we have to draw another character. The difference between a rigged animation versus a traditional animation is that rigging is probably the most tedious part of the process, getting the rig to work and fixing it up. And then after that is just pure animation. That's it. Now, if it was the other way around, where you have to be traditionally doing everything, you have to draw for every single episode. You have to be drawing over and over again, right? So one lessens the workload, but you don't get exactly the same fluidity. But it really depends on how much work you put into it at the end of the day. Let's put in a different drawing for H. This is H1. We want a H2. So I'm gonna go over here, and H2 is just gonna be blank. What's this one? Iris one. Doesn't it? I'll just do this. And it says number 2. I'll do for Iris, this one. I2, no, Iris 2, sorry. Iris 1. Gonna hide that. And for the number 2 drawing, which one? Iris number 2. Because that's a blank spot right there, I'm just gonna punch in the invisible color. And for me, it gives me just, oops, that's not right. Wrong color. This one. And that's gonna be my blank eye. So if I choose, hey, this character should probably have iris, no iris. But you remember for this one now, it has an iris. So if he's gonna be blinking, eyes, but because eyes are separate from eyebrows, then I need to do this thing where this one becomes H number 2. And when it's at 2, then I say, okay, that's 2. This needs to be 2, 2. Or I can just extend this. Oh my gosh, stop. So if I play this back, you can see there's an issue somewhere. This one became a 2. I'm just gonna call this a 1. And bam, I'm done. Play back and repeat. I think he quite holds that blink as long as I want him to. But we haven't done any no, well I wouldn't need in between because the way Gumball does his animation is snappy. Yes. Yes, let me show you. I'll stop this recording thing. Oh, so I don't wanted one more eye, didn't I? So let's make one more eye. Actually don't need one more eye. Actually should get one more eye. Yeah, let's do that. So eye number 3. I'm gonna extend the head some more. Like so. And I'll put in a keyframe of what the previous one looked like. And also the same for eye number 2. So now I know what those two look like. I look like that. So this one looks like this. Right, so eye number 1 for the second one is gonna look like the same thing like this. Except it's gonna look differenter. So you want number 3. Can't paste styles there, that's fine. So I want an eye that looks like this. I'm just gonna take this circle tool here and I'm gonna do this. So eye 1, kablam. I'm just gonna fix this up. And I also want one more thing. I'm gonna do a copy of that eye, well, this thing. But I'm gonna take the same scalpel tool here, cut that there and here, and take this off. So I kinda want him to have that, right? And I might even increase the thickness of that part. Probably shrink this a little bit still. You know, if you want this part to be curved, we'll go over here to the properties and just say, in that part curve. And now we have a third one for that. So if we decide at any point in time, when he's blinking and he opens his eyes, and you want to make him shocked, let's say, okay, that's 3 right there. So like this, and you could probably make the eyebrow disappear. Let's make this eyebrow disappear. And then you have number 3. I wouldn't expect it this much for the whole. Oh, I just put in an extra eyebrow. So if I decide that I don't want any eyebrows for anything for that particular one, then I just take off the eyebrow. Clever. Yes, it is. Yeah. Right. So I've kind of confused myself with all these different drawings now. So I'm gonna put this back at 1. So just click that, change that to 1. Same thing here, 1. Once you put that 1, then it extends that one. Now we have something that looks like this. Yeah. Now just take off this little thing here. Look, his eyebrows singed off. Maybe like, oh, what happened to your eyebrows? Oh, oops. Gone back eyebrow. So I'll just put this back to 1, not 30, because there's no 30. Every group is more diverse than the other. I can't understand what I'm going to be expecting next semester. Well, that Jamaica's the generation of generations. We'll see how much worse it got. Ta-da! So that's how you do this part. So if you want to do mouse positions, you could draw different mouse for your characters and just animate as you play along with like sound. So For me, my character is gonna have a mouth, so I'm gonna have to look at Gumball and research the mouth. But if your characters are simple enough, and I hope they were, that's why I looked at your characters beforehand, then you shouldn't have problems just like doing up a mouth and just changing stuff. So thank you guys. You think you could do a mouth thing with this? Just learning this now, like how we just did a while ago. Just draw a new mouth position, just change it based on the audio. Yeah. So that's good. I'm gonna stop recording.